Okay,
hi, Tiffy.
Hi. 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 Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What are we saying here? Welcome to the...
I never
Hi,
know.
we are the... What do we want to do? We can decide right now.
Welcome to the We Are the Movie Girls.
Welcome to the We Are the...
I think we are.
Yeah.
Let's go to We Are, because we always say welcome to, and it doesn't...
Hi, Tiff, hi, Teal, and then we're the Movie Girls. No, that sounds weird. We can just start saying we're the Movie Girls, and then be like, hi, Tiff, hi, Teal.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Start it off. I'll join in.
Oh, okay. Hi. I can't just say it. Wait, what do I do? This is so...
We're the Movie Girls.
We're the Movie Girls.
We're the Movie Girls.
Oh, that was...
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Teal.
Hi, Tiffany.
How are you?
I am well, thanks. How are you?
I'm heated.
Oh, jeez.
I'm heated.
Yeah, I can... Oh. Now tell me, why are you heated, friend?
I'm heated because I saw Captain Marvel this past weekend. So did you.
Captain Marvel, she's the defender of the earth. No, sorry. So sorry.
And my coworker Josh approached me and kind of Jusharu. He told me about how his brother was, really upset. He wasn't going to see this movie. He refused to see this movie. I think because of some comments that Brie Larson had made about, inclusivity. She had a press conference where she basically... You're the one that read about this.
I did read about that.
Let's just get right into it.
Yeah. Well, I guess the whole point, as you've all noticed, we're not doing a full episode this week. But we're getting to that after. So sorry. So not full episode. We're going to do a teeny tiny tidbit with Tiff and Teal about the latest movie, which is Captain Marvel. And one of the big ones being that, I think just as a general sum up, is all those white men are real butthurt about shit.
Yeah, a lot of butt hurts.
Yeah, hurt little butts. So
but I didn't know about this. Like Josh came up to us and he told us about this. Or
like
he told
last
me.
Week. Only just right before it came out. I knew there was some...
I knew there was stuff, but I wasn't even going to get into it because there's always shit you hear.
Yeah. But the big one is that Brie Larson, Captain Marvel herself, noticed in all of the different press junkets and publicity and things that they were doing, and with reporters and interviewers, it's all a majority of white males that are there, that are invited, that are actually attending. There's very few women of color, people of color, people part of the LGBTQ plus community. It's just a lot of straight white dudes. And since she's finally the first... this is the 21st Marvel Universe movie, and she's the first female to lead one of their movies. Everything else has been led by males. Mm-hmm. So she, being the socially conscious, delightful, wonderful human being that she is, knows that she has a lot of power and responsibility in this role that she's taking, and that she can make a difference and make some changes, even if there's something small or seemingly small, like who comes to a press conference. And she's put her foot down and decided to do some things. So she basically had one of her press junkets at the studio or on set, and it was all women of color, people of color, LGBTQ plus that were invited to it, and very few, if any, white males. And they don't be pissed about it.
Yeah. So our coworker's brother decided he wasn't going to see this movie because of this happened, and he's bought into this, white boy rant. These men are trying to troll the movie, and so anyways, he told me about this, and I was trying to justify it at first. I was like, okay, well, I can understand why he feels this way because he's lived a certain life, and I think it's easy to get wrapped up in this incel culture.
Yeah.
And then days went by, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and I was so angry, and I was just getting angrier, and we were supposed to do a regular episode tonight, and I finally just told Teal today, I don't want to. I want to talk about this because I'm heated, I'm angry.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it's really relevant because it's not so much about whether or not we liked the movie, mm-hmm. Which I think we overall
Yeah, I don't.
Super good.
Yeah,
it has its things and ups and downs and whatever. It's just the utter bullshit attached to it. And beforehand, Brie was spoke to an interviewer from Marie Claire magazine, and forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce her name properly, but I believe it's Kia Brown. It's Keah, but it looks like Leah.
Right.
So I'm guessing it's Kia Brown. Forgive me, Ms. Brown, if that's wrong. Apologies.
Ms. Brown, if you're nasty.
What? What?
Janet Jackson?
Oh.
No? Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Oh, I'm so uncool. I'm so sorry. But she had a really great interview with her, which is really good if you have a chance to read it on Marie Claire. She said, I'm going to read the whole quote if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Because this is the thing that people are like taking and just... So what I liked about this, this is how they described how people were misconstruing what she said. They said that most of her quote, most of it claims to be outrage over the notion that Larson hates white men, which is what someone might take from the following out of context quote by Larson, if it were relayed through a 30-person game of telephone in which everyone has cotton balls stuffed to their mouths and is also mostly deaf. AKA, what she's saying is actually very intelligent and articulate and yelling dumb. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
One more time. About a year ago, I started paying attention to what my press days looked like and the critics reviewing movies and noticed it appeared to be overwhelmingly white male. So I spoke to Dr. Stacy Smith at the USC Annenberg Inclusive Initiative, who put together a study to confirm it. Moving forward, I decided to make sure my press days are more inclusive. After speaking with you, that's Kia Brown, the film critic Valerie Complex, and a few other women of color, it sounded like across the board they weren't getting the same opportunities as others. When I talked to the facilities that weren't providing it, they all had different excuses. Basically, she just noticed things about her surroundings, asked some professionals to look into the actual data and numbers and confirm that was the case, and then do something about it. Mm-hmm. And the men were upset.
Yeah, and here's how the men responded: is they they were attacking Captain Marvel's ratings on the website RottenTomatoes.com. So Rotten Tomatoes is a review website where you'll have a critical score and an audience score. And there's a percentage that you could rate a film out of 10 as an audience member. And Captain Marvel's currently at 79% and critically and an audience score of 62. But when it first was released, it was rated at a 37% audience score, which was the largest discrepancy of any Marvel film between the audience score and the critical score. The second being, obviously, Black Panther.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly.
I feel like these men are just like so butthurt that anyone else like has a movie starring a woman or a person of color or a woman of color, like God forbid.
Yeah.
That this is the only way they can respond is just to try to attack and affect this movie, which I mean it didn't work. It's
oh my god, it did so amazingly well. It's the highest grossing movie. Like, it's the best of all the Marvels. It's doing so incredibly well. And it's not like she said, oh, no white dudes can come to anything ever. I'm gonna hold one and, like, invite specific people. Oh no. Like, what is the big fucking deal?
What is the big deal? So within hours of Captain Marvel being released in theaters, it amassed tens of thousands of negative reviews. And Rotten Tomatoes actually changed their website so that users couldn't leave a review before a film's release. They said, we're disabling the comment function prior to a movie's release date. Unfortunately, we have seen an uptick in non-constructive input, sometimes bordering on trolling, which we believe is a disservice to our general readership. We've decided that turning off this feature for now is the best course of action. Don't worry, though, the fans will still get their say. Once a movie is released, audiences can leave a user rating and comments as they always have. Yeah. And they're saying that wasn't in response to what happened to this movie, but I mean, it clearly is.
Of course it is. It has to be. And it should be. I'm glad that they've done something.
Right.
It sucks that they had to.
It sucks it had to come to that.
That's ridiculous. But I'm glad that, I guess, something happened. And it sucks because for the most part, it seems like white men are the ones just controlling the way everything, they are obviously controlling the way everything works.
Yeah, stop being so emotional, white men.
For God's sake, yeah, you're just so upset. But they're getting little bits of change in their world all over the place, and they just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
And what I found one.
And is this affecting the amount of white men getting roles in movies? No.
21 MCU movies and one is led by a female.
Heavens.
Out of 21.
I won't
films.
stand for it.
Like
I won't.
Outrageous. You're mad because the one out of 21 wants to actually have a press junket with people that are like her and similar to her and from some sort of and you're mad? Fuck off. And she Brie Larson had said too, she's like, am I saying I hate white dudes? No, I'm not. But if you make a movie that is a love letter to women of color, there is an insanely low chance a woman of color will have a chance to see your movie and review your movie. Because they're not invited to any of these press junkets. Make those films, do those, but in this current climate, if you do those things, they're not even going to be able to see it and review it anyway because you don't want them in the damn room. Mm-hmm. You bitches.
You bitches. And this is nothing new. No. Teen Titans has a live-action remake on Netflix. And it's starring a woman from Senegal who's Anna Diop. She plays Starfire. She's incredible. I don't know if you've watched this show. She's so good. But of course, she's being attacked by racist DC fans because she's black. And can I just tell you, the character has orange skin. So she's had to disable her Instagram comments. And then a similar campaign took place in 2017 that targeted Star Wars The Last Jedi that, where people were harassing Daisy Ridley and Kelly Marie Tran on social media. Again, they had to delete their social media just because it was just so insane.
And so mad there's women involved.
Yeah, the same thing with Ghostbusters remake in 2016. And, Wonder Woman and Black Panther and Crazy Rich Asians. And we could literally go on. Yeah, any movie not, featuring a woman or a person of color.
Yeah. And yes, okay, they're remaking, they're whatever, they're taking dude movies and, just putting girls on the faces and putting it out again. It's but every fucking thing in Hollywood right now is an adaptation or from a book, or it's a sequel, or it's a prequel, or blah, blah, blah. Everything in Hollywood now, nothing's original. So who cares that they're remaking something with a female spin? What's the difference? It doesn't delete that the original happened.
Yeah, you can still love the original.
Yeah, Ocean's 11 is a fucking remake. It's a remake of a Frank Sinatra movie from whatever year it came out. It's not even original itself. So what do you give a shit if a bunch of women want to make it? It sucks that they had to do that, because I think the movie would have been just fine on its own if it was just its own movie and didn't have to put that ocean spin onto it. But you can't get female-led movies into theaters because no one will buy it. They need to have that immediate buy-in of it being part of some sort of franchise for anyone or any of these fucking movie heads to actually back a female-led movie.
Which is insane because we've proven on this podcast time and time again.
Week after week.
Yeah, these movies do just fine.
Yeah.
Despite,
and if not better.
If not better. You have an audienceship with us women and people of color and women of color. The whole thing. I don't even have anything intelligible to say. The whole thing is just insane to me.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
This movie also had controversy right from the start. First off, when the trailer came out in the first place, and they were all fucking butthurt white dudes. She should be smiling more. Why does she look so angry? She's not smiling at all in this trailer. I don't wonder. She's not even smiling. But then somebody actually took a bunch of Captain America and Thor posters and trailers and made them all smiling and showed how stupid it looked. It looked so fucking stupid having these dudes be all in tough scenarios smiling. So why the hell would she be smiling? She's fighting a war. Idiots. And then also there was this whole thing about how she's too old. She was seen as too old to be playing this movie, even though in 2012 they moved Ms. Marvel to being Captain Marvel. Ms. Marvel, who was all young and her little swimsuit style outfit with a bunch of leg, and then switched to Captain Marvel in a fully covered uniform, who's much more in the comic looks more like she's in her 30s. And Brie Larson's 26. So she's actually somewhere right in the middle of those two things, but younger than what comic book Captain Marvel looks like. But Robert Downey Jr. was in his 40s when he did the first Iron Man. So it's this double standard bullshit.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, and saying that she didn't look strong enough too for the character.
Like, fuck off.
Did you think that once when you were watching it?
No.
That she was so good in her role, and she was so powerful.
Yeah, like because you don't have to be filled with muscles to be strong. Like she trained in like dance and martial arts and so many things, and not all most martial artists aren't like full of muscles. It's all about speed and being athletic and like an athletic build without being full of muscles. Like if you watch people that do taekwondo and karate and things like that, they're not always filled with muscles, yet they're stronger than anybody I probably ever met. So it's not, muscles aren't equivalent, aren't equal to strength. There's so many different ways of doing that.
I think that's it. I don't want to harp too much on this. I don't want to give internet trolls any more power.
Ugh.
I mean, they don't have any power because, like we said, like the one positive takeaway here is that despite these massive trolling campaigns, these films were all super major successes, and they continue to pave the way for more female-led films, and people of color films and women of color films, and they're going to continue to be major successes. Yeah. So, fuck you. You just wasted your time.
Yeah, you did.
Hope you're happy. Hope you look back on this time in your life and...
You fools.
proud of yourselves.
Yeah, you idiots.
You idiots.
And I love that she recognizes what she has, what she's been given with this opportunity. Hopefully you want everyone in these kinds of roles to, you know, as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Thank you, Spider-Man. But she knows that she can make a difference with this role that she has and this position that she's in, and she's doing something about it. And like, hats off to her for standing up and saying things and doing things and having press junkets with people like her and not like her, but that just aren't white males, and y'all don't need anything else. You're fine. You have enough.
You've had it all.
You're good. You still have everything. Give us a minute.
Nobody's taking anything away.
No, that's the thing. Is it's very much like something's being taken from them, and it's not like, they said like this space is traditionally dominated by white men, and they're seeing it not only as an insult, but it amounts to a threat to take away what they consider theirs. Which is another quote that I totally lost somewhere. I got it up, but I can't remember who it said it. But anyway, it's in that Marie Claire interview. But that's the thing. It's like something's being taken from them, and nothing is. There's so much that we can all share and have something. Yeah. There's nothing being taken. You don't have to lose so that we can win.
Yeah, I'm not calling for, you know, white men to not get movies made starring white men.
I could give a shit. So much. It's art. Yeah. There's
room for everybody.
Yeah, there's
Jesus
so much.
Christ.
You just have to make a thing.
Yeah, just make it.
We can both win. This can be a win-win. Like, not a lose-win. Or a lose-lose. Win-win.
Well, thanks for letting me have a ranty.
Yeah.
Rant.
Teeny tidbits of tirades. Teeny tirade tidbits.
Featuring Tiff and Teal.
On Tuesday. Oh my god, it's Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, teeny tiny tirades with Tiff and Teal. Have a great week, guys. We will see you next week with a brand new episode. Something a little bit more... a
little more cheerful.
Yeah, we got something picked out that's going to be just a fun, good time, upbeat, silly, a little more a la Miss Congeniality, but not... It's not the sequel. It's fine. It's something else. We'll see you next week.
Go treat yourself. Go see Captain Marvel.
It's so good.
It's really good. And Goose is just a breakout, you know. More cats in film.
Cats in films.
Badass cats in films.
I love it.
Don't let the bastards grind you down.
That's right. Okay, well, goodbye.
Goodbye. We're not even drinking today.
No.
Okay, let's do the intro.